Today I'm sharing my favorite fall fashion hacks with you to help you transition your wardrobe from summer into fall and to also get more wear out of your favorite pieces. Hi, I'm Leonie and welcome to my channel. I spent 20 years working in women's magazines both here in New Zealand and also in Australia. I left magazines to start this YouTube channel where I could share my passion for fashion with you. I also wanted to make sure that fashion was accessible, and that was something that I had seen, that fashion was, in my opinion, a little bit elitist, and there were a whole lot of people missing out on having some fun and getting dressed and feeling good about themselves. So that's what this channel is all about. Today's video really leans into that, and I have used some of these fashion hacks for a number of years. Some of them are new. I'm just obsessed with fashion hacks that I find on TikTok or Instagram. I kind of can't get enough of them. So I thought today I would share some of my faves, new and old, so that you can make the transition from the summer months into fall a whole lot easier, and also because a lot of these hacks are going to make you reimagine some of the pieces that you already own. I often find double tying a shirt at the waist is just too short, and it tends to ruin the shirt as well. So instead I use this method where I do one quite loose tie, and then I grab the buttonhole from one side and the button from the other side and simply button them together. It just keeps both ties together. It makes the tie a really nice length, and it also prevents ruining your shirt. And I really like the fact that everything just stays in place nicely and there's no having to try and re-tie it. This is a simple one, but it's a goodie. I love this hack because it turns a simple button-down shirt into a more versatile piece. All you need is a clear hair tie, and you simply loop it through the buttonhole on one of the cuffs and then bring it back and hook it around the button. It gives you a stretchy cuff so that when you push it up your arm, it will stay in place all day. Oh, and before I forget, I just wanted to share a really personal moment with you that just made my day the other day. One of my friends was visiting New York City. She went to a rooftop bar to have a drink. She bumped into a local. I think this may have been the first time that they met. And they got talking, one thing led to another, and it turns out that Cheryl, who my friend Janine bumped into, she watches my YouTube channel and follows me here at The Style Insider, and they left me this very cool message which I woke up to on the weekend, and it was, honestly, it just made my day. It was so nice to get a visual of one of my followers and just to get such a cool message. So shout out to you, Cheryl. Thank you so much for making my day, and hopefully next time I'm in New York City, it will be me up there having a drink with you on that rooftop bar. I would love to catch up, but thank you, and here's this cool clip. After the clip, we'll get back to the hacks.
Kia ora, Leonie. I am in New York City and I am with my new friend Cheryl, and Cheryl's just told me, ow, my hand, sorry, someone just stood on it. So Cheryl's just told me about her favorite influencer who is a Kiwi and who is Leonie. She loves The Style Insider.
I love you.
How cool is that?
I watch you every day. Whenever you have a new video out, I watch it and I like it. I
You have global reach, baby. I am not surprised you have global reach. From the rooftop of where too many millennials are, and but we're cool.
Oh, yeah.
We're here anyway. Lots of love, darling.
I often use this hack for thrifted pants because they generally tend to be a little oversized for me. So I grab a scarf that I love and simply use it as a little bit of a front belt. So I use it just around the front loops and bring it in, tie it at the front, and it basically becomes a feature of the pants, but also gives me the option of having perfectly fitting pants. I don't try and hide the fact that I've done this, I actually make it a feature. Another option is to use the scarf at the back if you would rather less detail at the front of your pants. And again, don't try and hide it, but use the scarf to nip in the waist and make the pants fit you perfectly. I've been using this trick all the time because I have gone all in on oversized blazers. As you can see here, this is one of my favorites. I don't always like the fact that the sleeves are so long and sort of just swamp me. So I use a simple hair tie. A thin hair tie is generally the best. I also don't like things being too tight around my arms, so these hair ties are a little bit roomier, and it just means that I can push up my sleeves and they'll stay in place, something that I really like. And I do tend to think that with oversized blazers you need to see sometimes a little bit of a break in the fabric, and just seeing your arms poking out is a really good look in my opinion. This next one is a really simple way to turn a classic button down into something a little bit more special. All you need to do is grab one of your favorite scarves, and generally they tend to work better if the scarf is just all patterned. This one isn't ideal because of the trim, the black sort of border around the scarf. If you have a scarf with lots of bright patterns, it does tend to work or just look a little bit more fun. So all I'm doing here is simply buttoning the scarf in through the buttons so you can actually see a little bit of the scarf poking out as well. And this is just securing the silk scarf to my shirt so it becomes a part of the shirt. Once it's buttoned all the way down, I simply tuck it into my pants, and I have a shirt that just has a little bit more interest and something that is perhaps a little more evening appropriate. So a classic button-down shirt becoming something a little bit more special. Now this one's a bit of a variation on the hack that I showed you earlier with tying a shirt. One tie never generally cuts it. It does always come undone. So if you don't want to use the hack that I showed you earlier of buttoning two of the sides in, this is another way of doing it. So you simply grab one side, loop it up through the hole between the two buttons just above where the tie starts, and then simply hook the other end up and around as well. So it's similar to the other hack, but instead of buttoning them, you're just sort of hooking them and looping them through the hole in between the buttons, if that makes sense. Sorry about that loose thread there. I did cut it off after I saw what it was doing when I was editing this video. This next one is a goodie if you don't like bunching your shirts, bunching around your waist and at the front of your pants. If you want to have more of a sort of a flat appearance at the front of your pants, what I tend to do is roll up my shirts and then tuck them only into the waistband. I'm not tucking the whole front of the shirt all the way down, which does tend to just bunch up and not sit as flat as I would like. So the bulk of the shirt is right there in the waistband, and then I just tucked in the back, and this gives me a much flatter appearance at the front of my pants. It's a goodie. I almost forgot, but I wanted to find out if you follow anyone that shares amazing fashion hacks, because I'd like to follow them too, even if it's on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, wherever. If you follow anyone that shares great hacks, I would love to know about them, and I'm probably not the only one. So please let me know in the comments below if there is anyone that I should be following to understand and learn about some cool new fashion hacks. I am so here for them. Anyway, that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, I'd love you to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more, and I'll catch you real soon. Bye for now.